He said Prabhupada liked him, and it was probably because he was the only non-Bengali person there. Everybody was Bengali except him. He said acquaintance turned into friendship, and friendship turned into brotherhood. Because Prabhupada subsequently got initiated. He got first and second at the same day. So then Adhikesha would come around to Prabhupada's pharmacy, Day's pharmacy, and they'd have katha. He'd ask questions, they'd talk, they'd discuss. One day when he came, Prabhupada had a vial. He said, you know, I've made this tonic. It's really good for you. You should take this tonic. Good for your health. So he took it. He said, thank you very much. And he said, but why don't you give me the tonic that you're taking? Prabhupada said, well, what tonic you said? What do you mean? Oh, you know, the tonic of Krishna Prema. Prabhupada started laughing. He said, well, actually I don't have that tonic, but I do know the formula. So Adhikesha said, well, if it's not a secret, could you please reveal that formula to me? He said, yes. The formula is Trinada Pisunichena Taroni Vasahishna Aramina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadari, and I shall spread it the world over. That's what he told me when I interviewed him. And he said to me, he said, at the time, I thought he was just making a casual pronouncement. But now when I look back, I can see that even back then, in those early days in the 1930s, he was thinking of doing it. So this story is in this Leela is in my book. And when I was doing research for my book, I came across a conversation that Prabhupada had given, which was very, very wonderful, which I also included in my book. Prabhupada said he was thinking like this: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. He said that the Krishna consciousness, chanting of the holy names, will go to every town and village in the world. God knows, it's got to be right. Now, this was 500 years later, and still they hadn't gotten out of India. And the disciples, the leading disciples, the sannyasis, disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta, had gone to Europe, come back and said, impossible. Never happened. So, you know, they had given up. They were thinking, well, maybe it just means all of India. Prithivite means all of India. That's what it meant. But Prabhupada's thinking, well, he's God. If he said that, that's got to happen. That means that there must be people waiting in all these different countries, just waiting for someone to come and give it to them. They would gladly accept it. That was his logic. So he thought, I've got to get over there. So he tried so hard to get over. So we know that he finally made it. He made it over. 1965. He was on the steamship Jaladuta. It was a cargo ship. And landed in Boston Harbor. And the captain was Captain Pandey and his wife. They were also on that, what do you call it? You don't call it a flight. What do you call it when a ship cruises? A cruise. So they were going to stop just for a day in Boston Harbor to unload some cargo, and then they were going to New York. So Captain Pandey and his wife were going out for a little stroll. They said, do you want to come? I thought, see the town. Prabhupada said, okay. So Prabhupada stepped off the gangway and took a small step for a sannyasi, but a giant leap for the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya on the soil of America. And he looked around, he walked around, he observed the people, he observed everything, and he said, thought to himself, this is going to be tough. They are really in the boats. Then he wrote that poem. I don't know why you brought me here. I have no idea, because it doesn't look like the people would have any interest in this at all. But I am your puppet. So you make me dance. Make me dance as you wish. Make me dance. I am your puppet. And he signed it, your insignificant, worthless beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Then, the next day, New York. Now he had got a sponsorship letter. In order for him to come, in those days you had to have a sponsorship letter. Just like in these days, to go to Russia, I need a sponsorship letter. If I don't get that letter, I can't get a visa. So in those days it was the same thing. So he got that letter, he got a visa, and now he was met by Gopal Agarwal. And they drove to Butler, Pennsylvania, where Gopal, who had married an American woman named Sally, and they had a little kid named Bridge. And Prabhupada stayed with them for a month. Now they were not vegetarian. In the fridge were pieces of dead animals. So within a day or two, Sally could understand that he was the same person. So she tried to apologize that they had meat in the refrigerator. Prabhupada said, think nothing of it. Think nothing of it. He never put anybody in anxiety. But he would cook. Then they'd say, could you have a little of your cooking? Or he would offer it, So they'd say, yeah, we'll take a little. Fantastic. So pretty soon they were saying, could we have some more? Could you, pretty soon he was cooking every day. So they were taking prasad directly cooked from Prabhupada. Then they arranged a program for him at school. And there was a picture of him in the Butler newspaper, and he gave a little talk, and that was it. And after a month, Prabhupada realized that, this ain't happening. It's not going to happen here. So, I got to go to New York City. That's where it's going to happen. So he went to New York. But you all know the history, right? 1966, in July, he founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness after much struggle, after being for 1 year. And he had a few disciples, about a dozen. The lawyer he was working with said to him, Swamiji, why don't you call it the International Society for God Consciousness? Here in America, nobody knows who Krishna is. Prabhupada said, but God is Krishna. Krishna is God. They should know who is God. We'll call it International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So that happened. Then what happened was Prabhupada wanted to take the Sankirtan movement out to the people. So in about August or so, he decided to go out one day and chant in Washington Square Park. Didn't happen. The cops wouldn't let him sit on the grass. It was forbidden. Don't sit on the grass. This, that, and everything. It's a flop. Next week he went to Tompkins Square Park. Sat under a tree. And a few of his followers were there. People were playing in the park. Music. It was, a nice sunny day. There was hippies playing guitars and flutes and drums and what have you. And so they sauntered over, and there he was under the tree. His cartels. A few people dancing around. Pretty soon everybody got into it. Then it became a regular thing. A regular thing. And pretty soon the newspapers got hold of it. New York Times had a picture of Prabhupada sitting under the tree. And the headline was, The Swami and His Flock. Now if you go to New York City today, if you go to that park, Tompkins Square Park, that tree is still there. And you know how you can find it? There's a plaque. The city of New York put up a plaque and they said, this is the tree under which A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami began the International Society for Krishna Consciousness in 1966. It's there. City of New York. Then some of the people who were in New York that summer, once it got a little cold, they went to San Francisco. And then they were living in the Haight-Ashbury district, which was the equivalent hippie type area in San Francisco. That was the East Village area in New York City, where Prabhupada was here. So they were telling me, you know what's happening in New York? No. Swami, it's a mantra, you chant this mantra, you get high, you don't need any drugs, just get natural high, stay high forever. Really, how do you do it? And they got really enthused about it. And then one of the persons there said, well, why don't we have a big event, a mantra rock dance. We'll have all the best bands from San Francisco, and we'll fly the Swami over from New York. It'll be like a big event to bring in the age of Aquarius. So on January 19th, Prabhupada boarded a plane. First time he ever flew, and flew to San Francisco.